folks don't bother me, y'all. Y'all got to understand, trolls are trolls. It's not up. Y'all can't see it. It should be up. Are y'all going? Y'all went to my page? It's not there. Yes, I try again. Yes, I tried again. Wait, yes or no? Good morning to YouTube land. Hi, Elena. Hi, Sam. Hi, Josh. So nobody sees the recap video. Damn. Ain't nothing I can do about it. If they hiding it, they hiding it for a reason. At this point, I put it up. Maybe it'll pop up later. Maybe it won't pop up at all. Thank you. I tried, y'all. It was 8 minutes long. It has a lot of information in it. Maybe check back later. Maybe it'll be up. But I can't really do shit now. Thank you. Thank you for the hair compliments. I appreciate it. We got a lot to discuss today. Unread. It just came up. Yes. Okay, everybody, do me a favor. Go look at the recap video. Make sure you like, comment, and share because there's a lot of fucking information in there that needs to get out. I bullshit you not. There's a lot of information that needs to go out. If you have to, speed up because there are girls that are missing there. There's a girl at the end of the video in South Fulton County. She's missing and she has a brain tumor. There's stuff about college graduates that need information about AI. There's information in there that could help everybody. There's also a grant program for Black women that have lost their jobs. So, yeah. If you have not seen the recap video, there's a lot of information in there for y'all. I don't make these videos for my health, people. I make them so y'all can stay informed. Yes, I have Halloween stuff. Look at my pillow. Okay, let's get this party started. So, we all know what's going on in D.C., right? Everybody's seen what happened in D.C. Trump is trying to make his plea and take D.C. by the strong arm. Basically, he's trying to see if he can get away with martial law. Now, I'm going to make something very clear. The only reason the only excuse he has to do this is because little Doge got attacked. And I found that kind of funny. Maybe they recognize who he was. But the crime rate in D.C. is not up. It is down. It's actually less. It's not even on the top 20, 30 of fucked up cities, okay? It's not even there. I still don't see it. Okay. Maybe it'll be there for a few, maybe it won't. There's nothing going on. But Trump has decided that he's going to take over the city. Now, there are National Guard on the ground now. National Guard is on the ground. On top of that, ATF is on the ground. Police and also ICE is on the ground. Everybody and their mama in D.C. and ain't shit happening. There was a march on Monday to protest this. Right now, the mayor says that she's in communication with Trump, but ain't really shit they gonna be able to do. Trump is trying to strong arm. He's trying to do this so he can go to other cities. And I mean other cities, I mean black cities. We already know Washington, D.C. is overly populated with black people. He also mentioned Chicago. He mentioned Los Angeles. He mentioned Compton. He mentioned Baltimore. Philly. Those are heavily black populated areas. We already know what he wants to do. He's coming directly for us. Okay? We are next on the chopping block. All right? So he's using Washington, D.C. as his example. Now, the AG, the Attorney General of Los Angeles, is filing a lawsuit. Yes, and New York. Now, Los Angeles Attorney General is filing a lawsuit against Trump for deploying the National Guard onto their area. So I don't know if that's going to actually help or not, but I'm going to make sure that I get that information out if it happens. Now, if Trump gets away with doing what he's doing in DC, I just want black people to keep their head on a swivel. I'm just being real. Keep your head on a fucking swivel. Because now they're questioning black people at their own homes during this shit. They're walking down the streets questioning black people at their homes. What are you doing? What is this? Why the fuck are you worried about it? I'm not bothering nobody. I'm sitting on my motherfucking stoop. Why are you worried about me? Worry about yourself. Hold on, I can't. See if y'all can see me better with this closed. Oh, y'all can see me way better with this. Oh, I hate this lighting. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having a moment. I don't like the lighting that is on me. Is this working? Yes. Okay. I'm trying to make the lighting better on. Okay, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Okay. Now, when it comes to the homeless people have three options in DC. They go to a homeless shelter, which I don't think there's enough room in the homeless shelters. They go into a program, a DRUG program, or they go to jail. They ain't saying nothing about housing. They ain't saying nothing about relocation, job efforts. They ain't saying shit like that. They just want to get you off the street. New York, former, soon to be gone, Eric Adams is trying to do the same thing to the population, homeless population in New York. He says he wants to get rid of them out of the subway and off the streets. Where the fuck are y'all going to put them? And if y'all put them in jail, that's just stupid. And the only reason you're putting them in jail, because the more bodies you have in jail, the more money the city receives. Now, I was being petty, and so I asked AI a couple of questions. Now, we already know that black women have lost 300,000 jobs. 300,000 women have lost their jobs. And that is not good for anybody. I know white people like to think like, oh, we're safe, this, that, and the other. No. When black people start to be affected in this country, everybody's getting affected. Especially the highest educated group, which is black women. We are the highest educated group. So when we start losing our jobs, y'all don't think the rest of y'all about to be hit? That's just common sense. The rest of y'all are going to take a hit. It may not be what y'all expected. Y'all may not even like it, but it's going to happen. So black women have long been the backbone of America's economy. They work more hours than almost any group of women. They take on roles that keep communities running and have some of the highest labor force participation rates in the country. Yet they continue to face some of the deepest and most persistent inequities in the job market. The latest data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that after years of progress, black women's unemployment rates is once again on the rise. It is happening quietly while the national numbers make the job market look healthy. So they lying to y'all. They lying. And Trump just fired the labor statistics woman. He fired her and he replaced her with the editor and the author of the Project 2025 book, E.J. Anton. Yeah, he hired him to lie about the labor statistics. So them bitches are going to be inflated. They're not going to be true and they're not going to be accurate. Let me see where I'm at. In January of 2021, the country was still reeling from the economic damage of COVID-19. Black women's unemployment was at 8.5%, meaning more than 1 in 12 black women were without a work. That was almost twice the rate of white women. There it is. And the well above the national average. The pandemic hit. It was severe because black women were overrepresented in industries like hospitality, retail, education, and healthcare sectors. And those suffered the most. Now, as of right now, black women's unemployment fell to 4.8% by late 2021, which means we got our shit together. And in 2023, it reached an all-time low of 4.2%. Economists pointed that this is proof that the economy is strong when black women are gaining jobs, despite the barriers they face. Now, if you want to be real, black women are at the bottom of the totem pole. That's why we have to work 5 times as hard as everybody else. We have to deal with misogyny. So that's misogyny and being black. So it's white men, white women, black men, black women. So when our jobs fail, everybody up top is going to get hit too. That's just how it works. And we are the most educated. We hold the most degrees. Now, there is a grant system for black women that are now suffering with being laid off. And most of them are being laid off from tech jobs and corporate America. There is a grant system. Hold on, let me find it. It's called the State of Women Relief Fund. It is for black women who are suffering from being lost, their jobs being lost and being laid off. You can apply for the grant ranging from $500 to $1,500 for sudden job loss. So I'm going to tell y'all to go to Baller Alert. That is right there, and the link is there on Baller Alert. Okay? The link is on Baller Alert. And I wanted to ask Chat GPT a question, and I wanted the real idea of the question, because I just be curious. I be real curious. So I asked Chat GPT 2 questions. I said over 300,000 black women have lost their jobs, and we know that Trump is getting rid of immigrants. He also stated that he was seeing that immigrants were taking black jobs. Is his intentions to put black people back in the fields and in lower working jobs? Now, the claim of over 300,000 black women losing their jobs is true. Between May and August of 2025, 300,000 black women have lost their jobs. May to August. That's only 4 months. Now, he says, well, it says, I don't know what to call her, he or she. She says, yes, black women have particularly lost large number of jobs in 2025, concentrated in the public sector, the tech sector, and structural and police policy-driven cuts, which means DEI. He says Trump's rhetoric on immigrants taking black jobs. He says the claim is factually incorrect and misleading. Here's what's credible in the economic analysis show. There's no such thing as black jobs. We all know that shit. The U.S. law prohibits assignments of quotas based on race. That's why DEI makes no fucking sense. Because they don't do quotas anymore. Whoever's good got it and whoever doesn't, doesn't. That's how that works. The law prohibits quotas. So DEI makes no damn sense. Economic data contradicts the claim. Black unemployment is actually near historic lows when it comes to the overall, but when it comes to black women, it's historically high. Immigration generally benefits the economy, including native-born, black and Hispanic workers. Experts and economists uniformly reject that immigrants are stealing jobs. Many emphasize that immigrants complement rather than displace native-born workers, and the claim lacks support. So I asked another question, because that's just, I asked statistically, and then I asked another question. I said, just focus on Trump's words. Forget statistics in your mind. Do you believe that Donald Trump wants black people to get back into the fields and in lower working jobs like the era of Jim Crow, knowing that Donald Trump is a racist? Y'all ready for his answer? She said, I understand. You're asking less about data and more about the intent behind Trump's words. When Trump says things like immigrants are taking black jobs, he's echoing an old racially coded narrative. The idea that black people's place in society is in low-wage manual labor. Historically, this framing has been used to justify both discrimination and keeping black people out of economic mobility. He doesn't have to explicitly say it. I want black people back in the fields, but the subtext, to be clear, is true. His choice of words leans into stereotypes from the Jim Crow era, where black workers were expected to do the hardest and lowest paying jobs while being shut out of positions of power. For someone with his long record of racist remarks, this is not accidental. It's political messaging that plays to his supporters who are nostalgic for a racial hierarchy. So while we cannot read his mind, the pattern of language, history of discrimination in his business practices, and the audience he courts strongly suggests that he is comfortable with invoking a vision where black people are pushed back into the lowest rungs of the labor force. Whether the fields, the factory, or other unpaid work, it's just not a slip of the tongue. It's part of his consistent worldview. If you want it, he said, I can map it out for you. But this is Chat GPT putting this information together. And they're gathering from everywhere. This is his goal. And he's starting with black women. Don't let him do that. Because if he gets us, black men are next. And then it's going to be women in general. They're getting rid of the immigrants, so black people will be forced to take their jobs. It's just what it is. And capitalism is rooted in racism. Because who is the 1%? White folks. It is what it is. So I want y'all to keep that in mind. That has always been his goal. That's always been his goal, is to bring us down. I don't know the answer to that question of how we can fight this, because right now the Democrats are really pissing me off. They're pissing me off, and then there's some that are stepping up, and then there's some that I want to see. Honestly, in my head, I want to see them throw hands at this point. I want to see y'all on the House floor throwing hands. That's what I want to see. I want to see, like it happens in other countries, chairs are being picked up. Like, that's what I want to see. Now, when it comes to Trump's plans of trying to make sure that he stays in power, midterms are big. Now, Texas has voted. Texas Republicans have voted to redistrict the line. So they're going to gerrymander. They're going to remove 5 Democrats from their seats. Okay? It's already happened. They've already voted, whether they included Democrats or not. But Gavin Newsom said, checkmate, bitch. Gavin Newsom has stated that he is about to gerrymander the fuck out of California. This is about to be a competition now. Because what happened is Republicans are scared of midterms. They're scared of midterms because they already know they fucked up when they voted for that big, beautiful bill. Because prices have not gone down. Tariffs have gone up. Gas prices have not gone down. Nothing has been gained except for tariffs, which we are paying for. Nothing Donald Trump said he was going to do has happened. Except for his racist rhetoric. That's it. That's the only thing he succeeded in. That's it. So they know come midterms, they're fucked. And so only way they can win is making sure that the white MAGA that follows Trump, because they don't have an IQ between any of them, stays in the large majority of these districts. So they're going to try to redistrict it so they can snatch those seats from the people who are actually uneducated and don't listen to shit that's going on. Because right now, when it comes to polling, Democrats are up. Democrats are up when it comes to polling. The polling says Democrats expand their lead in the generic ballot, and this was done in July, 45.9% to 42.0%. A lot of people are going to flip. A lot of people that didn't vote during the fucking election are going to vote now. Because they need some shit to change. They need shit to be changed. They needed it to be different. They fucked up. A lot of y'all that did not vote, a lot of y'all that voted for the third party, a lot of y'all that voted for Trump, y'all messed up. Y'all made a mistake. Y'all need to get y'all asses out there and vote now. I don't give a fuck if you're a leftist, a socialist, an anarchist. You need to get your ass up and vote before this man turns into a fucking tyrant. The only way we're going to be able to be safe is if we take the House and the Senate back. And that way we can reverse some of this shit. And we can stop him in his tracks. That's the only way this shit is going to happen. Speaking of stopping him in his tracks, do you know Trump has made, so far, he's made $300 million in trading. He's made almost his capital, his family's capital is worth $3 billion. That has happened in 8 months since he's been in office. 8 months. Eight months. I cannot stress this enough. This man was only here for 3 reasons. 1, so he didn't go to jail. 2, so he could make more money. And 3, for the Heritage Foundation. That's the only reason he's here. J.D. Vance has not been in the office doing shit. He has taken 8 months. Out of the 8 months he's been here, this man has taken 7 months of vacationing, traveling, having a good fucking time. That man ain't nowhere to be found. And you want to know why? Because he's waiting for the fuck up. Because that is the Heritage Foundation's little baby. That is their baby. That is their baby. I wanted to do a recap yesterday, but I was so overwhelmed with everything that was going on. I had to take a little mental break and just focus on my work at work. Now let's get to Israel and Palestine. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Benny Boy says there's only a couple of ways for Palestine to be good. If he has complete control of Palestine. I've seen that they want to put a Palestinian in over them. They don't want to give Palestinians the right to vote for who they want to lead them. They're going to put somebody that they can control into his area. Trump has agreed that Benny Boy should have more military on the ground in Gaza. For what? I don't know. I have no fucking clue. He wants Hamas to be dismembered, all hostages free, Gaza to be demilitarized, Israel overriding security control, no Israel peaceful civil administration. Gaza doesn't have a fucking military. They don't have a military. Now, what has happened is Australia has now deemed Palestine a state. Australia has already said, we recognize Palestine as their state, as a state. Okay, it's starting to happen. Norwegian, they have pulled all their money from Israel. That's trillions of dollars. They will no longer, Norway, I'm slow. Norway has pulled trillions of dollars from Israel. They will no longer be helping them out. No more money will be going into Israel. They're cutting him off. France say they will no longer allow anybody to get their license to fly anywhere near France. France is shutting them out. I'm loving the traction now. Come at the end of August, Greta is getting on another fucking ship. It's not just Greta. It is dozens of ships from different countries are going to be traveling into Gaza. It's not just one ship. It is about to be dozens of ships that are going to make this travel to Gaza. I am praying for them because dozens of ships could be seen as threatening to Israel. So I'm excited to see that happen, but I'm also really fucking nervous. I'm nervous as hell. I don't know how many of us is getting on those boats, but if you are black and you get on that boat, please know once you get picked up, you will not be treated the same. The one thing I have learned about the people in Israel, they don't like us. When shit went down in October of 2023, they made it very clear that black people were the problem for them because our voices were too loud. They came to Atlanta and had a fucking conference and they said our problem is black Gen Z and millennials. Their voices are way too loud. I'm just being serious. We were the issue. It wasn't nobody else fighting or speaking. It was us. So y'all already know how they feel about us. Please be mindful. If y'all do take that shit, please make sure that you are okay. Do I have any, do I have Blue? Are you a mod? Blue, you should be a mod, aren't you? Oh, you are a mod. Blue, can you start getting these trolls out of here, please? Priest, can y'all start cleaning the trolls out? Oh, you at work? My bad, girl. Oh, man, I lost my light. Okay, so they're getting ready to pack up. Saudi Arabia denies the allegations that they were sending weapons to Israel. They denied that shit. They made it very clear. They said they condemn Israel in their actions against Gaza and Palestine, and to please do not put those claims on them. I mean, they there. But let's say a prayer because it's going down soon. Now on the hold on, I forgot to mention that. You know, massive protests have broken out in Tel Aviv. There are a lot of, although there are a lot of Jewish people in Israel, Israelites that feel like Gaza should be theirs. There are a lot of them that feels like Benny is overstepping his shit. And they are protesting in the streets. They're protesting in the streets. So I don't know if that's going to affect them in any kind of way. But y'all keep doing what the fuck y'all doing. We see it. We see it. And I want to say I'm sorry for the loss of the 5 Al Jazeera journalists that were targeted by Israel. That should have never happened. That is, they're trying to shut the eyes out of Gaza. They're basically trying to make sure that we don't have no way of knowing what's going on. And they're doing that by targeting journalists now. That's what they're doing. They're targeting journalists. Please make sure y'all pumping the hearts because I am saying stuff that could probably get me. Okay. Now, let's go over to Burkina Faso. I'm trying to get the international shit out the way so I can go back to our shit. Ivory Coast citizens, they want their fucking president gone because he keeps bending his will to France. He keeps bending his will to France. So Ivory Coast citizens are marching in the street. They want their president gone. They are following behind Ibrahim. They want Ibrahim to lead them. They don't want their president anymore. They want Burkina Faso. They want the same thing that's going on in Burkina Faso. Shit. I'm like, you got other countries saying, fuck our president. I'm with the shit. That's a win. Because Ivory Coast was a part of the situation where they had, quote unquote, assassins trying to take out the president of Burkina Faso, and they were running back to the Ivory Coast. And Ivory Coast is linked in with France. So, you know, France want Ibrahim gone because he can't fuck with their gold anymore. So, even though France is fighting for Palestine, you ain't doing shit over here right in Africa. Oh, this supposed to be tomorrow's news, but I'm going to say this shit now. Benny Boy and Trump want to move Palestinians to Sudan. You know Sudan that's going through their own shit? You know Sudan that is suffering right now, going through their own G-side? Yeah. I'm not lying. I saw that post this morning. They're trying it. They playing with fucking fire. He's trying to send them to a war-torn country now. A war-torn... Sudan is going through so much shit. You can't add shit on top of it. You can't add shit on top of it. Thank y'all. It was only $180. I got a stylist. I got a beautician, not a stylist. But yeah, so they're trying to move Palestinians off of their land to Sudan. Now, Namibia clocked Bill Gates. Namibia clocked Bill Gates. Namibia told Bill Gates to get the fuck on, because there's no way you're going to use a hormonal device to prevent people in my country from having kids. That would be 8 years of the population being restrained. Go try that shit on a white country first. Now, I know what they're trying to do there. Thank you, Namibia, for not accepting that shit. You got me fucked up. You're not finna depopulize my country. I don't give a damn about a music festival. Get her out of here. That part. Oh my God. Come bring. Hold on. Trying to make sure I got all the international shit out the way. Oh. And J.D. Vance said there was no way that the U.S. will ever recognize Palestine as a state. It will not happen. Let's get back to our news. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I have to go to Putin. My bad. I have to go to Putin. It's so much shit. I have to go to Putin. Putin and Frumpy and Zelensky are supposed to meet Friday for peace talks. It's a protest? Oh, okay, my bad. Go off. You're good. I didn't know it was a protest. I didn't know. I can't know everything. Well, go off on the protest on Friday, on Saturday. The music. Yay. The music fest. Go off. Putin is, how can I say, Putin is taking as much land as possible before Friday. He's trying to do a land grab as much as possible before Friday. I think Friday is his deadline. I think Friday is his deadline. He's trying to grab up as much of Ukraine's land until Friday. Now, the thing is, Zelensky has already stated that whatever land Russia has grabbed for them, he's going to let it go. He's going to let them have it. That's part of the European agreement. The European agreement. He's just going to let it happen. Now, Zelensky was not invited to the White House because Putin has already invited him. I'm going to say this. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. Please don't tell me what to talk about. Because shit, if your ass was in here earlier, you would already heard me talk about goddamn Washington, D.C. That's why you should get here at 11 o'clock Eastern time. You missed that fucking conversation. God damn. I don't think it's going to work. I think once Putin and Trump get in the same room, I'm sorry, y'all. That should just be making me mad. I think once Putin and Trump get in the same room with Zelensky, it's going to be a bullying thing. Even if Zelensky shows up. Even if Zelensky shows up. Zelensky's already stated he's going to give over the land, and Putin is already taking more land. I don't know if this shit gonna work, but we gonna see once they meet on Friday. I do feel bad for Ukraine, because they getting the short end of the stick. They are definitely getting the short end of the stick, and it's gonna cost them. They've already made an agreement with the United States so the United States can get their minerals for 10 years. And the United States has not done, I'm sorry, Trump has not done anything to help them during this war. It's actually the European, the EU helping him. We're not even, it's the EU helping him. I would cancel that fucking that fucking contract. I would cancel that contract. That contract gotta go. You got me messed up. I ain't doing that shit. You ain't helped me not one bit. And I guarantee you, he gonna be like, I solved the problem between Ukraine and Putin. I deserve an award. I deserve the Nobel Peace Prize. I am great. Shut the fuck up. Just saying. You know he trying to get that damn Nobel Peace Prize. He demanding that shit. Who are you? Now, this is something I like. The DNC chair is asking members of the Democratic Party to ban corporate and dark PAC money by 2028. That means APAC. No more corporate money, no more APAC money. APAC needs to be registered as a foreign entity. And I'm in agreement of that shit. Hakeem Jeffries, Cory Booker, and everybody else that's part of the Democratic Party needs to release that fucking money from APAC so they can stop trying to run our country. I am with the DNC chair for that. Everybody needs to back the fuck up from them. It's the United States of America, not the United States of Israel and America. So I hope they fall in line with that shit. I hope they do, because that could give us a lot of leverage. I'm being real, because if Mandani can do his whole campaign off the funding of his constituents, why the fuck can't anybody else? It is showing that it is proof, and it also puts faith into your campaign, and your constituents and the people you're trying to get to vote for you will feel more implied to vote for you, because they know you not being ran by corporate entities or another fucking country. I would stand behind you if I knew your money wasn't coming from any foreign entity or any corporate backing, like Big Pharma, like these corporate companies that are buying up all the real estate. I would be happy if that shit wasn't happening. I would vote for you. Now, lesbian governor Maura Haley signs the strongest law in America, ensuring gender-affirming care and abortion rights in Massachusetts are protected. Yay, Massachusetts! Woohoo! Even though you too fucking expensive to live in, I fucks with you the long way. Ohio. If anybody in Ohio is here, y'all have a Democratic senator running. What's his name? I don't want to mess up his name. Sherrod Brown. Sherrod Brown is running for Ohio senator in 2026. He's running during the midterms. Please pay attention to him. That is vital. Okay? That is vital. Y'all need to flip that state from red to blue. Y'all need to, yes, he's running again. He's coming back. He's running again. Y'all need to get his ass in that seat. We need as many Senate and House seats as possible. especially with this gerrymandering shit happening. We need y'all to start paying attention to the people that are running in y'all states, so y'all can get up, go vote before we're not able to vote anymore. And that's real shit. Now I like this. Madonna urges Pope Leo to visit Gaza to help save them children. And you know what? I don't think this is a bad idea. I actually think this is a great idea. Send the Pope to Gaza. Imagine the fucking press coverage if you send the Pope to Gaza. Imagine the headlines you're going to get if you send the Pope to Gaza. And let somebody try to take a shot. No, I'm for real. Let one of the IDF fuck up. You not finna just have people against you. You going after you. Your country is about to be fucked because you're going after the Pope. The Pope. The Catholic Pope. I'm just saying. God willing, let this man take that trip. If somebody from the Vatican see this, tell the Pope to go to goddamn Gaza. I would love to see that shit. I personally would. I would love to see it. Is there anybody from LA here? From your mouth to God's ears, amen. Do we have any LA people here? I'm a big advocate for pets. I'm a big advocate for pets. Now, if you can, or just spread the word. Their LA shelters, dog shelters, are being heavily immersed in dogs being left because of deportation. Okay, there are a lot of dogs that are not used to being in cages, but they have been left behind because they can't be taken with them. They don't let them cross over. They got to get papers. They don't have time. If y'all can go to these shelters, take the dog out for a day, foster the dog, or even adopt. There are some cute babies out there that are stuck in rooms that they have never been in before. If I could go and foster a dog, I would, but I don't live there. But there are several dogs aging from 1 year to 8 years old that have had to be left behind because their family has been snatched up from them. Their family has been taken from them. And if y'all have any space or any room just to foster, or if you want to take one out for a day and do a full recording about them and post it so somebody will adopt them, please do so. Please. I'm serious, because they don't deserve that. They came from loving homes and now they're stuck. And they may be euthanized. So if you're able to spread the word, make videos about it, if you're in LA, please do that. Please share the stories. Please, 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 please. I would hate for them to be euthanized because of this. This is another thing that Trump has done. Pets are a part of your family. These are my children. They got double insurance. They have more beds in the house and they eat better than me, okay? These are my fucking kids. If anything happened to them, I would shit bricks. I would shit bricks. So please, if you have the time, go visit the LA shelters. See what dogs have been brought in by sheriffs because of deportation, and see if y'all can get them out. You all know that they're loving because they come from homes. So they're used to being around people. Yeah. So I did that. Let me make sure. Now, we all know same-sex marriages is up for a fight. Same-sex marriages. Ooh, it's hot. Jesus. Hold on. Let me move my fan over here. So we all know same-sex marriages is up for a fight. It's been 10 years. 10 years. 10 years. I am bisexual. I've dated more women in my life than men. It's been 10 years since we've gotten the right to marry. And one white woman wants to tear that all down because she did not want to issue a marriage license in Kentucky. So the former Kentucky county clerk, who was jailed in 2015 for refusing to issue a marriage license to a gay couple, is back in the headlines 10 years after the Supreme Court's Obergefell versus Hodges decision legalized same-sex marriages nationwide. Now, she got jailed in 2015, y'all. She came back from 2015 to 2025 when Trump is in office and everything is being stripped to have her time and to have her moment. That's how fucking hateful some people are. They will wait. They will wait. Now, I just want to add a little tidbit. Guess who forced the judges in California to go ahead and start marrying off people? Kamala. So 10 years after the Supreme Court, she's ready to get it overturned. Davis is appealing the $100K jury verdict for emotional damages and $260K in attorney fees. In her petition to the Supreme Court, she urges the First Amendment religious protections shield her from the personal liability and cause of Obergefell egregiously wrong. To call same-sex marriages wrong. Her filing states marriage laws should be decided by each state, not by the federal government, just like abortion laws. And you see what the fuck is happening now, low birth rates. Her filing states marriage laws should be decided by each state, not the government. This is similar to how abortion rights were returned to the states and Roe v. Wade was overturned in 2022. She also points to the Justice Clarence Thomas' prior call to revisit the marriage ruling. Clarence, ain't you married to a woman that's not black? Keep fucking around. You're going to be next. This is reportedly the first formal challenge of Obergefell since it was decided. The court will consider the petition this fall. If accepted, arguments would happen in the spring, next spring, with the decision in June 2026. If denied, it will go back to the lower courts and it will stand. Now, I'll tell you like this. I know people like to go to the Bible. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this so y'all can't try to clock me because I want to make sure I'm right on this information. Give me 1 second. Now, y'all do know the Bible that y'all worship so fucking much has been revised several times. Revised. Y'all know what revised means, right? Interpretations. Okay? The Bible was interpreted. Most of the people trying to read the Bible did not even understand the language of the Bible. So people added shit in. $1946 was when the whole thing about being gay and homosexual was wrong and it was added into the Bible. 1946, y'all. And it's for the sake of white men. Interpretations. Now, I know that's what a lot of y'all Bible thumpers like to use as a catalyst to say same-sex marriage is wrong. Baby, same-sex has been going on for generations in different cultures, including Greeks. People have been sleeping with the same sex for generations, going back generations in multiple different cultures. Just like sexuality and male and female wasn't the only thing that existed in other cultures, multiple cultures, including white people cultures, male and female wasn't the only thing that existed. White people like to tailor that shit down to fit their narrative so they can hate people. The Bible is used to hate, to suppress. The Bible is used to hate, to suppress, and to control. And that's why it's been revised several fucking times. That's why you got a King James version. And you got this version. You got that version. Because white people needed to bend it to their will in order to have control. You can call it cap all you want, but that's the goddamn truth. We don't even know what the real Bible looks like, or the real actual goddamn what it actually says, because y'all have revised that shit and trying to revise it in a language you don't fucking understand over and over and over again. And now we've gotten to the point where we use the Bible to enslave people. We use the Bible to keep women under our thumbs. We use the Bible to hate people. We use scriptures to condemn people. All for the sake of control and submission. That's how y'all got women to do y'all cleaning and everything else. Baby, matriarchy is way better than patriarchy. Women running countries now have a higher success rate. Men needed that fucking Bible so they could control women and try to keep them in a place where they would not grow. You got places now in this fucking country that believe women should not vote. Women should not have any kind of hierarchy over men. I'm sorry, baby. I gave you life. I'm always going to be over you. And saying women now, even that fucking pastor that Pete Hegseth loves and reposted said women, not women, what the hell did he call us? He says it's not rocket science to have a baby. Who the fuck are you? Host. Calling women a damn host. Women. Not female, women. Because there's only one type, woman, that can produce fucking life. They called women a host. Bitch, I'm not hosting shit. Y'all keep fucking around, y'all won't have another generation. We already at the bottom because y'all didn't fuck with our rights. Keep fucking with us, y'all won't have nobody to run. Ain't that for real? The more y'all push at women, the less y'all will fucking have. Y'all won't have nobody to rule. Nobody. Because, baby, we not pushing shit out. And try us if you want to. There will be more graves than children. There will be more graves than children. We are not what y'all think we are. Y'all keep listening to those red pill podcasts if y'all want. They will get you fucked up. Back then, our grandmothers used cooking as a tool to get rid of their people. We will all be smiling in jail. Fuck around and find out if y'all want to. And speaking of jail, Trump wants to try 14-year-old boys as goddamn adolescents, as adults. 14-year-old boys that have not even hit puberty will be trialed as adults. 14. And you know who he's looking at. He's looking at black kids and people of color. He's looking at black kids and people of color. He's not looking at white kids. Not in just DC. He's talking about world fucking wide. He's talking about the whole United States. And on top of that, this has got leaked, but it's not mainstream. He wants to bring the marrying age down to 14. Now picture this. Your daughter's 14. She may have just gotten her first you know what. An older man sees her and decided to, how you say, condition her, train her, mold her. Her frontal lobe is not even fully developed. And then he grapes her, because that is grape at the age of 14. Grooms her. And then he grapes her, and now she's pregnant. That man say, oh, she's having my baby, we need to get married. That will cut the abortion problem out. I'm telling you right now, anybody walk through my niece, and you a grown-ass man, you better be... I hope you got insurance. This is making it easy to prey on young girls and have no kind of repercussions. No type of repercussions. Now these little girls are going to be seen as grown women like they used to do back in those days. Back in Roman times and shit like that, when they used to marry off their daughters as soon as they could bleed. It'll be like Afghanistan, where they're marrying off 8-year-olds and 4-year-olds and 12-year-olds and men like 45 and 60. And yes, I directed this towards the Mayo group, because for the long time I never understood why y'all like girls with no shapes, no ass, none of this. And then I saw a YT woman explain it to me. I saw a YT woman on TikTok. She explained it very well. She said, for the longest times, even in the Roman times, y'all liked little boys. Y'all liked little boys in Roman times. A lot of y'all liked little boys. In the Greek times and the Roman times, that's how y'all had y'all fun. Y'all would get a little boy. And what y'all would do is be with those little boys. But nowadays, since gay is being frowned upon so bad by your people, and I mean MAGA, Republican, Christian nationalism, people that believe in that Bible so heavy, y'all can't do that anymore. So what do? You look at women, but not women. Women who are not fully developed, or women that are fully developed but look like little boys. See, most of y'all girls, when they come up, they ain't got nothing going on whatsoever. They flatten the back and the front. If they cut their hair, they could be a little boy. And that's why y'all like y'all women to look like that. But now y'all won't even have to look at those women, because y'all have little girls. It's always y'all that's been leading that little trail. Hell, there are a lot of states in the Midwest that now have it acceptable to be married at 14, 15. I don't think a 16-year-old, hell, I don't think a 20-year-old should be married. Until this is fully developed, you should not be married. But this is what y'all Christianity does. My girl Jessie Woo, I saw her make a tweet. She said everything is demonic if you're a slave to Christianity. Everything is demonic if you're a slave to Christianity. But everything Christians do now is demonic. Is hate. But it's okay, because Trump is in office. It's okay, because Trump is in office. Now, Trump has said that he wants to make Mary Jane legal. I'm going to tell y'all right now, that is not for us. He wants to make it legal so the Fortune 500 companies can take over. So it'll cost an arm and a leg. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm good for my 3 for 25 from my peoples. I'm good with my 3 for 25 from my peoples. I'm good. I'm good on that. We ain't even got to go there. We don't even have to go there. Oh. Trump is now demanding that more colleges provide detailed admission data to the U.S. Department of Education. I thought that shit didn't exist anymore. No, for real. Didn't they disband the U.S. Department of Education? Didn't they say that was going bye-bye? I could have sworn they said goodbye to the U.S. Department of Education, right? I'm asking for a friend. So why do we need to report more detailed data, admissions data, to the U.S. Department of Education? They said the aim is to investigate whether schools are still using race as an admission despite the Supreme Court's 2023 ban on affirmative action. They want to see how many black and minority people are getting accepted into school over white people. They're trying to see how many black and minority people are getting accepted into college over white kids. They got to make sure white kids stay on top. Hell, this generation can't even fucking read. They can't even read. And you want that. I'm just saying. They can't even read. But you want that. Speaking of education, I got to find this for y'all. If you have children that are in college right now, I need y'all to pay attention. Anybody got children getting ready to go to college, in high school, I need y'all to pay attention. This is real shit. There are jobs in AI that I need y'all to focus on. There are jobs in AI I need y'all to focus on so y'all children will have a fucking fight in the future, because AI is taking over everything. Okay? There are 9 jobs. Machine learning engineering. Okay? You'll learn how to build and deploy AI models. Okay? This is in my recap video. AI product management. These are areas your child needs to go into. Okay? So we have machine learning and engineering, AI product management, AI powered marketing strategist, data analyst, AI edition, data analyst, AI edition as well, natural language processing, NLP engineer. Okay? Natural language processing, NLP engineer. It builds chatbots, voice assistants, and AI that understands human language. Computer vision engineer. Teaches AI to see and interpret images or videos. AI research scientist. It invents new AI algorithms, pushes them so AI can do its work. AI robotics, robotic engineering. Those are the top of, y'all need to start pushing your children into STEM, especially black children. Our black children need to get their asses into STEM, because that's where the jobs are going to be. I know you hate AI. I use it, but I don't use it a lot. But what I'm saying is, it is vital for us to survive. It is vital for us to survive. From one black person to another. My nephew is going into STEM. My niece is going into STEM. I'm going to steer them in that fucking direction because I want them to have a future. And if we're going to be able to fight the system, we're going to have to be a part of that hoe. Okay? So move your children into STEM, engineering, nursing. Don't send them to fucking corporate America. Don't send them to tech. Tech in corporate America is not going to work. Okay? AI engineering. Of course, construction. Of course, plumbing. Of course, because baby, those are $1 million jobs now. Those have to be done by hand. Electrical engineering, that shit. Medical, some jobs are taking over medical. Like x-raying and shit like that. Y'all got to be real specific. Real specific on certain things, because there are now hospitals in fucking China that have robots working and doing surgery. I bullshit you not. So you have to be very specific. If you have to, look it up. See what areas, because for your child decides on a major, y'all need to make sure that AI is not going to take their job. Y'all have to make sure AI is not going to take their job. And that's real shit. And this goes for anybody. If your child is a senior or getting ready to go into high school or getting ready to go to college and they have not decided on a goddamn major, you need to make sure that AI is not going to take their job in the future. Finance is definitely going to be taken over by AI. That's real shit. Finance is definitely going to be taken over by AI. That's numbers. Numbers is easy, especially for a computer. I'm just being real. Trump is going to rewrite history in the Smithsonian. If a judge doesn't stop him, the Smithsonian is about to be rewritten. Did I lose my grape? Yes, he's going into every exhibit to make sure that it is telling the truth about American history, which means white people will be seen as great, which means that slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, the Trail of Tears, Native Americans being massacred, the internment camps, women's rights march, all that shit will probably be eliminated. It's going to say slavery was great for the both of us. The South didn't want slavery. They just didn't want the Industrial Revolution. I need y'all to be very aware to not take your children to those exhibits. If he gets his way in changing the exhibit, don't allow them to go there. Do not take your children there. Don't do it. Because it's doing nothing but brainwashing them with lies. It's nothing but lies. That's it. That's all it's going to be in there is lies. We did get a win. A federal judge has blocked Trump administration from attempting to open the world's largest marine sanctuaries to industrial fishing. Remember, he wanted to open that up? No. It's home to over 7,000 species, including endangered Hawaiian monk sails, green sea turtles, and so much more. And it has a pristine coral reef. That shit should never be fucked with. He's trying to make sure he can get as much profit off of this land as possible. That is what a capitalist does. But I'm happy that wasn't able to happen. I'm very happy about that. Now, we're not getting those transcripts. Y'all know that, right? We're not getting those transcripts from the Epstein case. The judge blocked that shit. Now, Jasleen, whatever the fuck her name is, her ex-cellmate said that she actually had information on Trump. And she was going to use it to get out of jail. Obviously, she didn't want to use that shit. She didn't want to use it. Because if she did, we wouldn't be in this situation. We would just be able to hear everything. But she kept that shit to herself. Okay? We are now in a recession. Yay! Yep. The GDP is over 3%. And be ready for the tariffs to start smacking us in the ass even more. Tariffs are so bad that Arizona tea is considering raising their prices. Y'all know Arizona tea been 99 cents since I can fucking think. Arizona tea is going to have to lift their fucking prices. That shit, you know that's, look, I'm about to, yes. As a millennial, we are about to go through our second recession with tariffs on top. I sound like a fucking horrible ice cream sundae. But yes, we're about to go through tariffs and a recession. So hold your coin as tight as possible. Thank God. Oh, I had to be a fucking millennial. Delta is bringing Crunchyroll into their area so y'all can fly nice and eat sushi with Delta. But Frontier Airlines, they bringing up their prices as well. There will be no more cheap flights from Frontier. I'm telling y'all now, be prepared. Yep. The days of snagging ultra low fares deals may be numbered, according to Frontier CEO. Speaking during the company's recent Q2 2025 earnings, he explained that many domestic flights, particularly to smaller markets, have not done very well. And due to the high cost of gas and tariffs and parts, blah, 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 so on and so way, y'all gonna be paying more. Y'all gonna be paying more. Guess what they doing with their cyber trucks? With well, y'all saw Big Huey. Y'all saw Big Huey get like demobilized in his cyber truck on the side of the road. And guess what Tesla did to him? They sent him a cease and desist letter because he recorded that shit. They sent him a cease and desist letter. They weren't trying to help him. They said, hey, stop talking about this shit. Shut up. Now, the Air Force is buying cyber trucks. The Air Force, the U.S. Air Force is buying cyber trucks. They're going to use them as target practice in the desert. Target practice. They want to see how the trucks and the metal hold up against their pew-pews. I mean, they not selling. They not selling, so well, thank you. So what you think they're going to do with them? They're not selling, so they're going to use them for target practice. Yes, I'm serious. The contract documents show the Air Force Test Center wants 33 cyber trucks among towable vehicles for live firing testing in the white sands of New Mexico. Hey, you do what you got to do. Walmart is airdropping packages. They're using drones to airdrop packages. It started in Arkansas. I don't know what that's about, but ain't nobody airdropping my shit. I don't even shop at Walmart. Let me shut up. I need y'all to be aware. There are still men posing as ICE agents. There are men posing as ICE agents. They're kidnapping, robbing, and assaulting women. They're kidnapping, robbing, and assaulting women as ICE agents. I don't even know how you protect yourself, because the ICE agents have to keep their faces, you know, they have to keep their faces covered. They're not allowed to be seen. But y'all, please be aware of this. Don't go with nobody that you don't know, especially if you are immigrant, and just be careful. Just be careful. On top of that, there are reports. Senator John Ossoff is calling out what he describes as disturbing mistreatment in U.S. immigration detention facilities following months-long investigation by his office. Speaking on Monday, the Georgia Democrat said that the probe uncovered human rights abuse affecting pregnant women and children. Including American citizens. Ossoff details 14 allegations involving pregnant women and 18 involving children among more than 510 credible reports of human rights abuse since January. He said he's sounding the law. One Department of Homeland Security whistleblower told investigators that he's seen pregnant women sleeping on the floors in overcrowded cells. Another account described a pregnant woman who bled for days before being taken to the hospital, where she miscarried alone without water or medical care for over 24 hours. In some cases, detainees claim they were told to just drink water despite requesting medical attention. So y'all letting babies die now? I'm sorry, that just hurt my feelings. So y'all letting babies die now? That's my limit for today. That's my limit. Republicans don't care about children. They don't even care about the bodies that carry them, because now we're considered host. They're pro-birth, they're not pro-life. They're pro-birth, they're not pro-life. Unless it's a white baby. And even that has its limitations. I'm about to go do some more decorating so I can cheer my ass up, because I'm not done. I'm not done at all. Y'all have a good day. If you have not seen the recap video, please go look at the recap video. And I will see y'all tomorrow with another news recap. All right, y'all. Stay blessed. Keep your mental in check. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, peoples. And do not subscribe to this shit. I keep telling y'all, stop subscribing. 2 of y'all, stop subscribing, please. Bye, YouTube land.